Well, I'm sitting in front of my house. It's about 4:30 p.m. or so. Classes have let out, so there's kids coming out of school. The street I'm on, where my house sits, is not the major road. The major road is just down a block away. This little side road takes you to the beach going the other direction, which is another 20 minutes away. I just thought I'd take a little time to tell you about myself a little bit. Back when I was in the military many years ago, I did some time in the country of Panama, and also spent a little time in Germany. While in Panama, I met a lot of Americans that call themselves expats. And they were telling me how much cheaper it is to live in another country like Panama than living back home in the United States. So I guess in the many years that followed, I kept that in the back of my mind. And a few times I thought about, where would I live if I decided to live somewhere else? After my divorce in 1990, I ended up with custody of the kids, and every year we'd vacation somewhere new. So I've been to just about most of the 50 states. And then when the kids grew up, I started taking international trips. So I've been to Belgium, England, Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, Belgium, I think I said that, Estonia, Ukraine, Uzbekistan. Anyway, I decided that I would retire in Ukraine because I liked Ukraine so much when I was there. I was thinking the city of Poltava or Sumy in eastern Ukraine because they speak Russian and I can speak a little bit of Russian. So I thought, all right, I'll just live there. But then Putin got crazy and started rattling his sabers. And I decided, maybe I shouldn't. So in 2014, after they invaded Crimea, I took a trip here to the Philippines. The first time I've been to the Philippines. And I really like the place. I mean, it's warmer than I prefer. But in the evenings and the daytime, or in the early mornings and in the evenings, it's not so bad. Like right now, I'm sitting here. It's very comfortable. It's not hot. And so daytime temperatures can get high, but if you find some shade, you can find relief. I'm originally from Texas, and the summers in Texas are almost the same, except that even in the shade, the heat is unbearable in Texas during the summer months. Here it's not so. Here you can find relief. So it's not that bad. I've been living here since 2017. I started visiting like 2014, but I actually moved here in 2017. I met a girl, and I don't really want to marry again. So she's only a girlfriend. But you know, I'm committed to her. I'm loyal to her. We live together. She's got 2 daughters. I've got one of her daughters is at the university and the other one's in high school. Now I'm paying for both of the girls' education, so I'm spending maybe $400 a month just for their education. In the time since I've lived here, I've taken some time and gone back to the States and worked off and on, made some money and sent it here so I could build the house here. And the house is pretty much built up the way I want, except, you know, the finishing touches. There's all kinds of other little things that need to get done. And one of these days, I'll take the time and video the house so you can see what it looks like now. I lived in Luzon, which is the northern island, for 2.5 years. And my girlfriend was from the southern island of Mindanao. So we decided to come live here in Mindanao. Now this is what they call the red zone, supposedly the danger part of the Philippines. But I've been, hey, how you guys doing? Everyone's Joe here. If you're a foreigner, you're Joe. So I've been all over Mindanao on the main highways, mind you. I stay just on the main highways. I don't drift away from there because they say it could be dangerous and I don't want to risk it. But on the main highways, it's perfectly safe. That road up ahead, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's traffic going crossways. That's the main highway. That goes from northern Mindanao all the way to Cagayan de Oro and goes all the way south to Zamboanga City. And I'm about, I'd say maybe 4.5 hours to Zamboanga City. So I'm still kind of in the middle of the Zamboanga Peninsula. But like I said, I worked in and built this house, and it's basically just the shell. Since I've been back, you know, I put tile flooring, I built a countertop, I put cabinets. You know, I'm in the middle of remodeling the bathroom. I'm installing a water tank. That way we'll have water all day, because here in this town they run the water and it runs for about 2 hours a day. And so you got to go around filling water buckets, and the water in the water buckets are supposed to keep, you know, it's enough to live for the day. I mean, for any showers, you just take water from the bucket, transfer it to a smaller bucket, take your shower, flush the toilets, wash the dishes, whatever you're going to do with water. But with a water tank, I can just fill the tank, and I can't remember how many gallons it is, but it's quite a bit. It's a big tank, and I won't have to just carry any water inside the house anymore. We'll have indoor plumbing, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, a lot of people wonder what the cost of living is here, and I can only tell you what I pay. The house I built cost me about between $35,000 and $40,000. And like I said, I'm still doing little improvements, adding this or adding that. And my other costs, besides tuition for my girlfriend's daughters, which is $400 a month. But if you don't consider that, if you're single by yourself or with a girlfriend only, not having to finance somebody's schooling, you know, I'm paying for electricity anywhere between $18 and $25, depending if I'm running some power tools or something, or whether I'm paying running power tools for some projects that I'm working on, or a welder or something like that. Then my water comes out to about $3 a month. Internet is about $25 a month. And what are the things I have to pay besides that? Rice is $1,500 per month. And then for our food budget, I spend approximately 800 pesos per person per week. And there's only 3 of us here since the other one's in school, and that $400 a month that I send her every month includes a budget for her food as well. So for here in the household, I spend 2,400 pesos per week, So that's about less than 10,000 pesos. 10,000 pesos is about less than $200. So for food, it's $200. Plus, I spend for my daily intake of Coke Zero. 2-liter bottle costs me about $1.60. So, depending on how many bottles I consume, will determine the price for my monthly allocation of Diet Coke. Other expenses I have, just some things I bought on credit, which is a cold water dispenser, dispenses cold water, hot water, and then I also have a karaoke machine because that's what Filipinos like. So other than that, that'll be paid off in another 6 months. And basically, I mean, I get off hardly any, it doesn't cost me much of anything. If I were a single guy, or if I just had a girlfriend, didn't have all these extra expenses, like the karaoke and everything, I'd just be paying $20 for the electricity, $3 for the water, and $26 for internet service, and that's all I'd pay. That'd be it. Other than food, of course. So if you're considering moving to the Philippines, I wouldn't sell all my things and make a mad dash over here and to try to get settled in. I would come visit the place, see if it's a place that you would enjoy. There's a lot of people that can't take the heat and they'd rather not deal with it. And then it depends. You got to get used to the culture. Everything's a little slower here. Nothing gets done right away. When you're told that something's gonna, say you're having windows made, and they say they're gonna come on Monday, it might not be till Monday the following week. So you just gotta have patience. And if you're the type of guy that's got a short temper and doesn't have the patience, and you may not like it here. What I would do is I would come here for a visit, like I said. I had a friend of mine that came and he stayed at an expensive hotel and paying all kinds of money for that. You know, even though I might have the money, I still stay on the low budget. You can get a hotel room for less, like 18 bucks or so, and it's good enough. You might not have hot water at that hotel, but heck, it's warm outside, and the water has to run through the pipes in the hotel, so they're not totally freezing cold. It's kind of like a little warmer, so it's not that bad. And you can use that place as a starting point. You can leave all your luggage and not have to worry about it. You don't have to carry it all over the place. Because there's many places you could go visit. You can go take little trips. Look up Baguio City, Baguio, Baguio City. There's another place called Sagada. I think it's Sacada. I've been to Tegayarao. There's a place called La Union. There's a place called Vegan City, Vigan, I think. There's Angela City, of course, where all the guys go for the girly bars. I like the province of Batangas in the Luzon Island. The Philippines are made up of over 7,000 islands, divided into 3 main sections. Luzon to the north, Mindanao to the south, and Visayas in the middle. So depending on, you might want to look at some of the other vloggers and see where they live. Like there's guys that live in Riojas City, which is in Ilo, near Iloilo, and that's not too far from Boracay. And Boracay is one of the most famous beaches in the Philippines. Palawan Island has a lot of resorts, beautiful spots. You can do a lot of island hopping there. You can rent a tour with just island hopping and looking at all the different sites. It's a little more expensive. I haven't gone to that place. There's an island that I want to check out called Siquijor, and there's another island called Siargao. Now I've been to Samal and I've seen one beach and I spent a little time there. They say there's a big Russian community there, but they all come later in the evening when the sun goes down, and I was there during the heat of the day, so I didn't get to run into any Russians and practice my Russian. I kind of stay away from the Visaya area because there's a lot of tsunamis, or not tsunamis, but typhoons, what we call hurricanes, that go through there. That and part of the Bicol area of Luzon, the northern island, and the northern part of Luzon. There's a lot of typhoons that pass through there, so I try to stay away from there. When I was living in Luzon, I was staying in the province called Cavite, C-A-V-I-T-E, in a little town called GMA, but I would recommend you stay in a bigger town like Dasmariñas. And there, the hurricanes kind of just skirt through that area. You don't really get much. I think somebody talked about a hurricane that did go through there called Yolanda, but that was many, many years ago. Nothing recent. And then you also have to stay away from areas where there's volcanoes, like in the Bicol area of Luzon. There's a place called Legazpi, and there's a humongous volcano there. I mean, it's an awesome sight how big it is. And then in Tagaytay, there's Taal volcano, and you don't want to stay in the surrounding area of Tagaytay. You want to get a little further away from that. So you got to pick your places. There's also areas that are prone to flooding, and so you got to do your research and stay away from those places, because you don't want to get flooded and have all your furniture destroyed because water came into your house. So it's just a matter of doing a little research and picking the right place for yourself. If you like beach areas, if you like mountainous area, if you like, big city, if you like province, it all depends on your choice. Just remember that the big cities like Cebu and Manila are going to be more expensive to live in. If you want to maintain a Western lifestyle, then you want to stay in Manila, in the BGC area. That's Bonifacio Global City is what it's called, or Makati. Those are areas that are highly developed. I mean, it looks like you're in New York City, kind of. So if that's your cup of tea and you can afford it, then more power to you. But if you're on a budget, you want to stay in the provinces. I've got a video out that's going to be coming out about a little town called Tangub City. How you doing? Everybody yelling, "Hi, Joe." And Tangub City, you get a lot of attention from the girls. Everybody's staring at you. But you got to keep in mind that because they're looking at you, and it doesn't mean that they're interested in you as far as a love connection. Basically, they're just interested because they don't see that many foreigners in town, and it's just curiosity. A lot of girls speak English there because it's a university town, and they're very, very friendly. I took a video of the location as I was walking through, and I didn't record all the conversations I had with a lot of young ladies. I talked to quite a few, but it's just all friendly. Now, if you want to be able to discern which ones are interested in you or which ones are not, I would recommend you carry a business card. Something with your email address, your Facebook account, maybe your phone number if you want, if you're that bold. But anyway, what I would do is just be friendly and talk and just be kind. Don't be afraid to be generous, like buying an ice cream sundae at the Jollibee. And if you meet somebody working at a store and they're friendly to you and whatnot, it's okay to go to the Jollibee, get an ice cream sundae, and take it back to them, and give it to them as a gift. Just be friendly, and of course, give them your business card. Now, if they email you or write to you some way, try to get in contact with you, then maybe that opens the door for you. But don't push yourself on them in the beginning, because that's kind of creepy sometimes. But that's the way I would do it.